a tough business. We know that sometimes we lose a listing and sometimes we get a listing and sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down. I get that. But let me ask you a question. If somebody's smiling at you, do you tend to feel like approaching that person or not approaching that person? When they're smiling, you tend to feel like you can approach them. If they're scowling at you, are they approachable or not approachable? Okay, so if you don't have a big goofy smile on your face, you're probably not that approachable. Think about that. Think about that. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 you always smile. 1 you never smile. I mean, think about that. Could you be losing money? You don't even know it. You don't even know it. And you've got this real serious look on your face. You're out door knocking. And you've got a real serious face, because you're powering through your day. You're trying to remember Neil said, remember the scripts, remember the scripts. I can't remember the script. How do I remember the script and then talk to the client? And then he also wants me to know what was listed and what was sold. And this house over here, let's see, I got a preview or pre-qualify. I forget. But I got to do he told me to do something, okay? And you're focused, right? You're studying, you're focused. And you knock on the door and you're still looking at your clipboard, you're trying to find your script. Oh my gosh. And they answer the door. Hey, when do you plan on? You don't forget. What happens to your face? If you're not smiling, what happens to the potential lead? Do you get what I'm talking about here? I wrote down the next thing. Lack of enthusiasm. We could be losing money in a transaction in first impressions because of the lack of our enthusiasm. I talk about this all the time. If I get up here and I say, right now we need to talk about enthusiasm. You should have some. How long are you guys going to talk to me? You're going to sit out there? You're going to enjoy this? No. Would you come to the meeting again? Not very often. Not very often. I wrote down enthusiasm. The next one is lack of energy. Like enthusiasm, energy is contagious. Ladies and gentlemen, energy sells. Energy is attractive. Lack of energy is repulsive. Nobody wants to be around people who are not energetic, excited, and enthusiastic. Enthusiasm by itself isn't enough. You need to be enthusiastic and you need to be energetic. Two completely separate categories. And if you're not enthusiastic about an opportunity, do you think your client will be?